The story begins in Seoul, South Korea, sometime in the 1990s. We play as an unnamed protagonist, a man struggling with psychosis. Each day, he experiences intense hallucinations. Distorted figures knock on his door, sometimes offering medication, other times simply standing there, watching. His only defense are pills. But even those bring consequences. If he takes them when he shouldn't, or answers the door when there's an anomaly present, the day resets. The phone rings, a voicemail from his doctor assures us that we'll be fine.
Your symptoms are gradually improving.
That 8 days of treatment should return us to normal.
After just 8 more days of treatment, you should be able to return to your normal life.
We're advised to stay calm. If we see anomalies, take our pills, or rest in a quiet room. On the wall are notes that wait for us, a checklist of instructions, rules for survival. But some of these notes don't seem like they're from us. Some are from the suspect. Others seem to appear out of nowhere, and they start to reveal something darker beneath the surface. Each day, strange guests knock at our door. A woman with exaggerated lips and stretched eyes, a quiet, tired-looking nurse, and a bald man with strands of hair flowing from his mouth. Sometimes they're kind, other times they bring dread. They aren't just hallucinations, they're symptoms of something much worse. We start to find pieces of a doll, and with each piece, memories, or perhaps visions, begin to resurface. The doll begins to speak, and she tells us she once wanted to be a celebrity, a singer. She had a beautiful voice. We remember her name, Bori. She was scared. She said someone was after her. She let us stay with her. We said we'd protect her. But the notes, whoever wrote them, tell a different story. They speak of obsession, of someone watching her, someone who thought being close to her was a dream come true. We walk down the hallway to the right. In this room, we find Bori, and she's lying on a surgical table. A man, likely a doctor, performs facial reconstruction surgery, and she screams, but he continues. A man, likely a doctor, performs facial reconstruction surgery, and she screams, but he continues, chiseling her face in the name of beauty. After this, we now discover the story of Takgu. Takgu is the bald man with the hair protruding through his mouth. Takgu's story is told through another doll, a reptilian-shaped doll, that speaks of a man with insecurities about the way he looks. Somehow, this doll is tied to him. Another night has passed, and now we are led down the hallway by the reptilian creature, who then leads us to a door on the left, where we will find Takgu restrained to a chair. His mouth held open by a cruel medical device.
Awake, Takgu.
And the doctor tells him that his daughter will be so proud of the results. Hair transplant surgery. But the hair isn't on his head, it's growing out of his throat. And then there's Miss Gomu. A new doll appears. The story we have of Miss Gomu is that she was possibly a teacher, and that the suspect met her through Bori. Amid the rumors of her husband's business failure and her son's college rejection, she was someone who always gave children a warm smile, and that it seems Miss Gomu fell into a cult. This may help explain the image that we find where the citizens are falling into cult-like behaviors. We see a scene, a flashback, or maybe another hallucination. Miss Gomu lies on a table in a dark room, and the doctor is there carving a sigil into her back. When she wakes up, you can see she's in agony. It's unclear if it was real, but the scars are permanent. Back inside the apartment, we discover, through the news, that the killer, or suspect, has been arrested. The one who mutilated its victims with precise surgical tools. The anchor says the killer is a physician. The psychiatric evaluation is underway. It is now day 9 and all hallucinations have stopped and the apartment is calm. Sunlight pours in. We feel clarity. We walk down the long hallway as we exit the apartment. We're met by Bori, Ms. Gomu, and Takgu. Before we can react, Takgu hits us in the head. As we wake up, we see that we are tied to a chair, and all three of them are surrounding us.
Is this place?
I beg for answers. Miss Gomu tells us the truth. The pills were not medicine after all.
The pills you took were poison that slowly eats away at your brain. Seeing you flail around lost in hallucinations was truly entertaining.
And then the camera pans to Takgu,
Pain and despair.
who tells us that the pain that we made them endure will now endure inside of
Now it will
us.
seep into your flesh and bones.
As Bori steps forward, she tells us that we are no savior, and that our greed made them what they are. And then she smiles. Isn't it exciting? Our masterpiece. The screen cuts. We see surgery being performed on us. When it fades in again, we're sitting on a couch, calm, expressionless. The news plays in the background. The suspect has undergone surgery. Psychiatrists say he's stable, no longer a threat. It's over, but the apartment remains. The TV flickers and the door still waits. Because the real monster isn't outside. It's what we've done. It's who we've become. So in the end, this game wasn't just about escaping an apartment. It was about facing the monsters that we created. The ones we tried to bury. The ones still waiting outside the door. Alright, so what did you guys think? Was this a story of recovery or a punishment for the sins too dark to face? Drop your theory in the comments, hit that like button. If you want more deep dives into games like this, make sure to subscribe. And hey, what game should I cover next? Let me know down below. Stay curious, stay cautious, and always check who's at the door.